Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is May the 1st, 2023, and today the topic is how to see God. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. I hope that you all had a great weekend. Mine was just fine. Um, Quick recap of the weekend. On Saturday, my husband went off to the lupus walk and we kind of slept in a little bit. And then after that, around midday, um, my family and I went to a bowling fundraiser with my husband and his organization that he's in, everything like that. And so, had some time to bowl and eat and spend time with NJ playing in the arcade and all kinds of things like that. And so, that's what Saturday entailed. And by the time we got back home, all of us was tired and stuff like that. It was a nice little family midday turn up, as they say, and everything like that. So, shout out to that. Shout out to the organization. Hopefully, they reached whatever goal that they were looking to reach by hosting the bowling fundraiser. And I just felt blessed. I felt blessed to be able to contribute to the festivities and the fun. I believe NJ had a good time. Um, we didn't necessarily get to bowl a whole game because they was doing like a tournament or something. And so I spent more time with NJ in the arcade. But we did get to, bowl a couple of rounds or something like that a little bit afterwards. So that was good because on one hand, I was like, I feel a little bit um, cheated that I'm not bowling at the bowling, um, fundraiser. But we did kind of get to throw the ball down a few times and whatnot. So it's gotta be the glory for that, making a little way for us and everything like that. Yesterday, y'all know it was Sunday, which is technically a work day, but at the same time, um, you know, time for worship and fellowship and all that good stuff. And I mean, I tell y'all, man, I really do feel right at home at Mountain West. I thank God for being there. I'm excited to see what the Lord's going to do with us, for us, and through us there. I think I told y'all the other day that my little guy and I are supposed to be featured in this upcoming Mother's Day video. So yeah, that's something. Yesterday was good though. It was a good word. Um, and yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, something else that happened yesterday. So after church yesterday, I met up with the ladies of the Juice, my small group that I started in the spring season. And so there's a couple of ladies that has been faithful for the most part. I said, man, I should have kept up. I did keep up with attendance, but I was like, I should have, had something in place to give or whatever the case is. So hopefully maybe next time I'll do better about keeping up with things like that. So then maybe I can give an award for perfect attendance or like who actually did their challenges and things like that. Who knows, maybe we'll get more participation because the girls have somewhat convinced me to keep the group going. So hey, I guess I might be doing juice throughout the summer as well. And it was nice. It was nice to just get together with those ladies afterwards, and have some chat time and whatnot, and I guess talk about maybe some things that we can do in the future and stuff. So I'm excited. After that, y'all pretty much came home, tried to rest, get a little something to eat. Next thing I know, I'm knocked out in this morning time. So yeah. So as I was listening to the prayer meditation this morning, this question that has been repeated, I don't know how many times now, but quite a few times, I guess I would say, came into my heart and mind. And it's the question that my son has been asking me. He's been saying, but I can't see God. Where's Jesus? Where is God? I can't see him. Da, 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 da. And, of course, in those moments, I've tried to address it, or I've tried to, I guess, give him some wisdom or whatever the case is. But I don't know, that question came into my heart and mind this morning, like, where is God and why can't we see him and all these things, right? And I went deeper. I ended up, looking up things on gotquestions.org. I did eventually go look up some Bible verses, of course, at openbible.info. And I even was like looking up ways to explain this to a child, right? Because even though I know that we as adults, we still may have the question and we may need to get more understanding in regards to all that as well. But I definitely wanted to, like, I guess, take in some content in regards to explaining it to a child. And so, yeah, that was what was on my heart and mind this morning. And those are the things that I looked into. And so I guess ultimately I believe that I guess I got a little bit of information to share on how to see God. And so that's what this conversation is about today. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Like I said, oh Lord, look, something don't want me to tell y'all how to see God. I don't know. Trying to choke me, y'all, but we rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Let's get into it. How to see God. So John 20:29, it says, Jesus said to him, have you believed because you have seen me? Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. There's plenty of people addressing this conversation and answering these questions and things like that. Again, I think we should focus on biblical content, so whatever you see online, go and see if it's in the Bible too, if they say it's a verse or whatever, go and check, by all means. Yeah, but anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But what I'm saying is people have addressed and tackled this topic. I came across a phrase I had never really heard before, but it was like some type of, they call it the pink unicorn. I don't know how to exact, I forgot the exact phrase, but it's kind of like the pink unicorn argument. And I guess it's an argument that atheists use for God, but as well as, or against God, quote unquote, as well as like, I saw what the spaghetti monster or whatever the case is. So, I mean, I guess this isn't for skeptics or whatever the case is, or maybe it is. I don't know. But, well, that verse that I just shared, right? It says, blessed are those that have not seen and yet have believed. More than anything, what I was receiving this morning as I was looking into this topic was that overall it's in our heart, right? Whether you're going to see God or not. Now, again, that's deep. There's a lot to be said there. I mean, obviously, anybody can go deeper and look into more details in regards to that. But if I was to sum this up and be like, okay, I'm going to say in one line how to see God, get your heart right. And then you'll start to see God. Like, again, like, obviously I'm going to share more verses and stuff, but like, I'll be honest and just share my testimony. I see God way more now than I probably saw him in my past, right? Times when I wasn't focused on doing God's will, times when I was focused on my own things of that nature, maybe I didn't see God operating in my life, right? And so then here I am finding myself depressed, or here I am finding myself like confused, or like, oh, something's missing in my life and all this different type of stuff. And then come to find out what was missing was God. What was missing was that empty void that can only be filled by Jesus Christ. Like, that's what it was at the end of the day. And on one hand, I feel like I'm kind of oversimplifying this, because I'm sure everybody wants to see, right? And a lot of that was addressed as well. Like, I guess we think that, okay, because we can see each other, or we can see this or see that this is how we should also be able to see God. But one thing I saw today that I guess I never really, I've thought about, but I don't know if I really acknowledged fully until today, is this concept of like, well, technically, we really don't even see each other. And I was like, again, I've thought about it, but I haven't at the same time. Like, because we all know that, we, according to the Bible, are representations of God in regards to, I guess, being three in one, right? We are spirit, we are flesh, and then we are also soul is different from spirit, something like that. But it's easy to see the spirit versus the flesh, because, well, not to see it, but to understand the concept, because um we all know that when someone dies or when someone passes or whatever the case is, their body is still here, but they are no longer there. So technically, even though if someone may be looking at me right now, right, you see me, my physical body, but you don't see me, the inner me or the spiritual me or whatever the case is. And God is the same way. I know it goes deep into talking about, when you go deeper and looking up different things, right? You'll see things that are talking about like how we aren't really capable of seeing God in his form, at least as humans. Um, Things of that nature. And again, it's all deep, you can go do the deep dive for yourself. But just something to think about. These are just things to think about as we approach this conversation, right? So then, if I let you write down Matthew 5:8, it says, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." So again, if we're not pure in heart, right? If our heart isn't open to seeing God, then we're probably not going to see God, right? We're going to probably see every excuse and reason not to believe. But if your heart is truly open and you're seeking the Lord and you're like, "Lord, I want to see you X, Y, and Z," then that's where you're going to see him. Now, are you going to see a physical image? Is it going to be touchable or tangible, or anything like that? Probably not. Maybe you'll um encounter a vision or a dream or something along those lines, or you'll just see him operating in your life and it's unexplainable outside of whatever what's going on. Like, I feel like I've been sharing a lot of testimonies like that, especially since 2019. I've been sharing a lot of my testimonies that's like that, where it's like, listen, I know what my bank account has, right? Or I know what we had or we don't have, or whatever the case is. And when the blessings continue to flow and things, doors and windows keep opening, and it's beyond you. Like, now some don't acknowledge that, right? Some think, oh, it is you. It's, you did this, you did that, so that's what put it in place. It's a coincidence, da 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 da. But again, I believe this goes back to what this verse is saying about the heart, right? If you have a pure heart and you acknowledge God and you seek him, you will find him. On the flip side, if you don't, then you'll find every excuse not to see him. And again, I feel like I'm oversimplifying it, but I mean, these are the best ways that I can say it. If you're truly wondering how to see God, like, this is it. Like, start to, purify your heart, and you'll probably start to see a little bit more of him working in your life. I mean, he's always there working, again, even if I sit here and think about my journey, right, my life or whatever the case is, God has been working and blessing me throughout my life. It's just that I happen to have time to really, really just stop and not only, I guess, take notice, but then in some ways document the different things that he had been doing in this particular season, again, since 2019 to now, right? So, and because of that, I feel like even because I'm doing this, whatever the case is, I'm seeing him operating in my life more and more and more. So, yeah, it does make me wonder, like, if I think back, like, man, I could think about major events or major things where I know that God has kept me, blessed me, protected me, all those different things. But on the flip side, it's like, who knows what other things, right, that I could have been privy to if my heart and mind was focused on him and his will and his way. Like, I probably would have seen way, way more things if I had been documenting, or if I had been paying attention, or any of those things. So something to think about. Just something to think about. So then we got Hebrews 11:1. It says, now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Then I'll go ahead and share Hebrews 11:6. It says, and without faith, it is impossible to please him. For whoever would draw near to God must believe that he exists and that he that he rewards those who seek him. So I went ahead and just share both of those verses because, I mean, obviously they're not too far from each other. Hebrews 1 and then Hebrews 11:1 and then Hebrews 11:6. But again, if you truly want to see God, like, you need to have some faith, right? You need to be exercising and actively seeking him, and he will reward that at the end of the day. Now, of course, I think when we think about rewards, we sit here think about like, oh, the finances or the whatever we think rewards are. But, rewards can be, your life, right? Your rewards can be being at the right place at the right time for the right person, help being able to bless and help someone else. Like, all of those things are rewards. And who knows about the heavenly rewards? That's a whole other thing. But regardless of the rewards, right? It's a blessing to be in the place to, again, exercise your faith, right? Because it says, now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. If we did see God all the time, whatever the case is, then how could you exercise faith in what you constantly like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of examples here, and what came in my mind, I'm not sure if this is an example or not. Like, I mean, y'all see me come every day, right? But so I think maybe, y'all may at this point be like, okay, she's going to go live. Even if she don't go live exactly at 6, she might go live at 5 or 7 or, whatever. Like, do y'all have to exercise faith for that to know? Because, hey, you never know. I might not make, I don't know. That's probably not a great example, but that's what came in my head just now as an example. But it's something totally different. Again, if you think of even the first verse that I shared here was talking about blessed are those that have not seen but believe. Like, this is how I guess he truly knows that we love him and seek him and acknowledge him and all those different things. By us not seeing, right, and holding on to the faith and maintaining that. And again, it says it's one of those important things to him. It says, and without faith, it is impossible to please him. So, you gotta have some faith. You gotta have some faith. You want to see God, have some faith. Want to see God, purify your heart. Let's keep going. Romans 1:10. For his invisible attributes, namely his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly perceived ever since the creation of the world in the things that have been made. So they are without excuse. Y'all, this verse, it might be pulp. You might not like to hear this verse or whatever the case is, but it says that the evidence is all around us at the end of the day. When you look at the sky, when you look at the earth, when you look at the ocean, you look at all of creation, right? It is all a testament and a testimony of a creator. And so at the end of the day, to deny that is it's a bit foolish. And I'm saying according to the Bible now. I'm trying to call you a fool. I'm saying according to the Bible. It does say clearly, a fool says in his heart that there is no God. And so, I mean, ultimately, I guess that's the juice this morning, y'all. That is the juice. Y'all can go deeper. Plenty of verses in the Go Deeper section. Actually, well, no, actually not in the Go Deeper section, but there's plenty of verses that you guys can read and peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. You guys can look up again the different articles and things that are on godquestions.org or Carm. I'm pretty sure they probably addressed it as well. Carm.org. Like, there's all kinds of people that have done the leg work and whatnot. So you literally could just Google, as long as you, I say again, focus on biblical content and whatnot, and confirm it with Bible and whatnot. You should be able to at least get a little bit more understanding regarding all of this. But if you are in the position that I am in, right, and feeling like you want to address this to a child, or hey, maybe if you even want to receive this information as if you are a child, right, then go check out this blog post. It's called Daddy, Why Can't I See God? And it's written by Stein. The information is in the Go Deeper section. You guys can go Google that and find it, and take a look at, that account of what this father, shared with, I believe, his son and everything like that. And, hopefully this will help us all get a better understanding, as well as just be more at peace with not seeing God physically, but knowing in our hearts that he's there. And that's the juice, y'all. That is the juice. Now, the Bible verse of today is Galatians 5:14. It says, "For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. There you go, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. Anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I hope that you are encouraged and inspired. Unfortunately, I don't have much time to chat because your girl got to go and meet up with one of my virtual clients early this morning. So let me just go on and do that. But y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And yes, I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye.